Let me holler at you for a second. It's your boy Maximus. So I was talking to one of my good friends earlier. We were talking about is dance and house music making a return. I mean, you got Drake, you got Beyonce, both of them coming out with, dance, house, you know, Beyonce more so 90s, house music, Drake more so kind of mixture, a little bit of all of it with a little bit of, Afro beat, a little bit of Caribbean swing to it. But all in all though, like is it really making a comeback like some people predicted, a couple of years ago? Because, this is like it's like everything coming around back in a circle. It's like at the beginning of the 2000s, certain things were popular, and then the labels got a hold of certain artists. And not saying that they force these certain artists to do certain things, certain, forms of music, or certain music that they wouldn't typically do, but it just seems like things come back around. You know what I'm saying? Sort of like Swedish House Mafia. When Swedish House Mafia came out, like EDM, like pretty much broke and cracked open the U.S. market, and all of the U.S. artists started to do the same thing. I.e. Calvin Harris. I mean, he's not American, but Rihanna. I mean, all of these artists that he worked with, they all did, EDM music. You know what I'm saying? Right along with him, him being the producer, but they all were doing, EDM, trying to ride that wave, and it seems like every 10 years it's like that. Cause Swedish House Mafia was like 2010. So we are pretty much a decade removed from that era. And to me, I think, I think things happen like that in two ways. Like, one, the kids get older, because you got to think the kids that were 10 at that time, they heard it, and that was a trend, that was a wave, and then they are older now, so they're kind of coming into like, a new era of music. They've been hearing the same music throughout their teenage years for the last decade. So I would suspect that, a group of people would demand a change or demand something new, just naturally. Just ears. Your ears grow fatigued of a certain sound. Like, I think somebody told me this a long time ago. They was like, yo, you think the Neptunes is going to be around, forever? They will, but he was like, they got to change their sound. Because if they don't, people would just get used to the same sound. I don't care how good it sounds, people would just get used to it. I mean, it's a lot of great bands out there that had their sound and people just got used to it. People moved on. But guess what? Things come right back around. And those same people that were pioneers of those things will prosper when the things come back around. So, I say all that to say, like, we are living in a new time to where, house, dance, you know, EDM, if you want to call it that. And there's this kind of like, lower, kind of like BPM, like 110 to 115 that everybody is kind of flowing on. Because the African, artists are flowing more so like 105 to 102. You know what I'm saying? And they'll go a little bit lower in tempo from that, but they hover around that as far as rhythm, as far as just the beat, being around that BPM is like the magic BPM. But house and dance, once you get to 110, 115, you kind of, deep house and dance, the rhythm ain't too fast paced for people to actually like keep a rhythm and dance to. Once you reach 120, 125, that's when you reach in the territory of EDM. So I say all that to say that people will probably be doing things at a BPM of like 110 to between 110 and 115. And so there will be, I think there will be a change in, you know, just the whole approach to your A side of your album. It's going to be centered around dance music. And I think the labels are pushing for it. I think the major artists are pushing for it. And I think the people, they looking for something new. And I think they would probably love that because dance clubs are pretty much seem like they coming back. So we'll see. You just let me know in the comments. You know what to do. Hit the thumb button. Let me know. Subscribe. Peace. I'm out.